Hello there, and thank you for joining me today. It's lovely to see you again. So today's session is on snacks. So just like the Phase 1 sessions, we encourage you to make notes and write down any questions that you have ready for your next contact with the key worker. Okay, so before we begin, have a little bit of a think. How have you been getting on recently? What about your goals? How have they been going? So let's talk snacking. So remember from the snack section in Phase 1 that a snack is something we eat in between meals. There are lots of different foods that we can have as snacks. So for instance, we can have fresh snacks such as fruit, veg sticks or a nice yoghurt. We can even have foods from the red section of the Eat Well guide as a snack. We also might refer to these as a packaged snack. But remember, we need to aim to achieve balance within the foods that we eat. Therefore, the key here is to be portion savvy and have smaller red snacks than usual. So you can see some examples of one sun snacks on the screen. So remember, one sun represents 100 calories. So for example, you could have 2 small biscuits, which equate to 1 sun, or 1 multi-pack of crisps, or 1 multi-pack of popcorn. So just by having smaller portions, you're still having the foods that you want, but you are reducing your energy intake and supporting a balanced diet. So, quick quiz question now. Can you remember how many red packaged snacks we are recommended to eat per day? That's right, so 2 or less one sun packaged snacks is recommended per day. So you might remember that in Phase 1 that a goal of Tom and Shan's was to make a snack box. The snack box would contain the 2 or less one sun snacks, plus a range of healthy snacks that equate to the usual amount of snacks Tom and Shan would have. So let's put this into perspective. So Tom usually has 5 snacks a day. So in his snack box he had 2 red snacks and 3 healthier snacks, which equals his usual 5 snack total. Because of this, he is having the same amount of snacks, therefore he shouldn't notice too much difference. So for example, a snack box of Tom's could be a banana, carrots and yoghurt, and his 2 packaged snacks of a small bag of popcorn and a snack-sized chocolate bar. Or another example could be a portion of mixed berries, kiwi and a yoghurt, and his 2 packaged snacks of biscuits and a multi-bag of crisps. Whereas Shan usually has 4 snacks a day, so she has 2 packaged snacks and 2 healthier snacks. So for example, a snack box for Shan could be an apple and a portion of grapes, plus 2 small bags of sweets and a small chocolate biscuit. And finally, we have 2 cheese sticks and a cereal bar. But remember to check the labels of these as they do vary, plus the additional snacks such as an egg and a small glass of orange. So another quick quiz question for you now. Why do you think we don't count foods such as fruit, veg and yoghurt as a red snack? That's because these foods have less energy, less fat, less sugar and less salt, and they also provide our bodies with valuable nutrients as opposed to the red foods that we just eat because they taste nice. So, if we were regularly eating the larger versions of the red snacks, we could be consuming the same amount of suns in a snack as we would in a meal. So for example, a smartphone-sized bar of chocolate has 6 suns, and that's actually the same value as 2 small portions of chips and 2 pieces of pizza. And the tube of crisps here on the screen has 10 suns, and that's like having a double burger in a bun with 2 small portions of chips, or having 10 bags of crisps. Wow! But instead, we have reduced the portion size to a multi-bag of crisps and a small chocolate bar, and these count as our 2 under 1 sun snacks. So, let's have a little bit of a think back now to before you started this programme, or back to before you had started making such positive changes. Have a think. Was snacking something that you particularly struggled with? Did you notice a pattern to your old snacking habits? So it could be something like feeling bored, watching TV, gaming, emotional eating when you felt sad or stressed, if you were hungry, or something else. And finally, have a think. What kind of snacks did you regularly used to have in a typical day? So let's fast forward to today now. Have a think. What does your snacking look like now in a typical day? What kind of snacks do you enjoy? We also encourage you to have a think about the positives in the changes you have made. So you might have reduced your portion size or reduced the amount of snacks you have, which is positive because you are reducing the amount of energy you are now intaking. You could have also swapped your snacks up, so now you're having lots of healthy green snacks which have lots of nutritional benefits. For example, instead of a chocolate, you now might be having yogurt, which is packed full of calcium, which is important for strong bones and teeth. Also have a think back to your previous answer with what you used to struggle with in relation to your snacking. Have a think. What do you think you could do if you ever felt that way again, or were in that situation again, to make sure your snacks remain balanced the majority of the time? Snacking can be included in a healthy, balanced diet, but here are a few handy tips to achieve healthy snacking habits. Firstly, get into a routine. If you join me for the sleeping routine session, you will remember that getting into a good routine with your meals and snacks can help keep hunger at bay. This is because you're eating regularly, therefore reducing the likelihood of overeating when the hunger or craving suddenly hits. Secondly, planning ahead and preparing lots of healthy snacks can also support this and help keep you on track. If the healthy snacks are more easily accessible than the red snacks, then you'll be more likely to choose these as opposed to a convenient big bar of chocolate or a tube of crisps. The same applies for you if you are going out for the day. Prepare healthy snacks to take with you. This is not only the cheaper option, but also ensures you have healthy options available instead of having to opt for something for convenience that might not necessarily be the healthiest choice. For example, you could take a homemade hot chocolate with you instead of buying a hot chocolate from the shop that is higher in energy. Also, make the most of your snacks and make them as filling as possible. For example, ensure your snacks are full of fibre to keep you full for longer. The same applies for making sure your main meals are substantial too, as this will reduce your need to snack. Another top tip is to not eat your snacks with a main meal. Spread them out throughout the day. Another great tip is be portion savvy. So remember to opt for the smaller versions of the red snacks, for instance, the multi-bag of crisps or the fun-sized chocolate bars. Remember, 2 one-sun snacks or less is what is recommended per day. You can then opt for the healthier snack options such as fruit, veg or yogurt for the rest of the day, which will not only count towards one of your 5 a day for the fruit and veg, but it's also a portion of your dairy, for example. Remember, when portioning things out, using smaller plates and cups can also help to keep you on track. And finally, linking into this, remember to check the labels whenever you are choosing a snack, as different brands have different amounts of energy. So we've just got a few more top tips for you. So you might remember from phase 1 that it takes 20 minutes to register that you are full. Therefore, we recommend eating your meals slowly and mindfully, so you are actually registering what you are eating and then giving your body time to register whether it's full or not, before going for the next snack or pudding. Secondly, earlier on in this presentation, you might remember that we discussed your patterns for unhealthy snacking. So, for example, you might have identified if you are bored, you tend to feel the need to eat. But because you're aware of this, you can put something in place, such as going for a walk for 20 minutes instead, and then seeing if you're still hungry, or having a drink instead of a snack to see if you're actually thirsty, instead of just giving in to the food craving. Food location is another good one to consider. So have you ever heard of the saying, out of sight, out of mind? If a food is in front of you, you'll be more likely to want to eat it because it's on your mind. So keep food out of sight. And finally, it's super important to not deprive or restrict yourself. So if you do want a break from routine and enjoy snacks at a party, for example, or over Christmas, then go for it. Just get back to it when the celebrations are over. So we have decided we want to collate our key children's very own snack ideas and form a bit of a list to send out to everyone in the programme so we can share all your wonderful healthy snack ideas with each other. Have a think. Do you have any snacks that you would like to add to the list? Please let your key worker know next time you talk to them. Okay, so we've come to that section of the presentation where we'd like to answer any questions or queries that you have. So please make a note of these and your key worker would be more than happy to answer any questions you have during your next contact. And now to have a think about your goals. Would you like to set a new goal for this week? If so, write it down on your goal tracker sheet. If you're struggling to think of a goal, please discuss this with your key worker during your next contact. So thank you for joining today's session. The key take-home messages from today's session is to remember that snacking is perfectly fine in a healthy, balanced diet. Snacking can be a great opportunity to provide your body with lots of useful nutrients, boost energy and help to keep hunger at bay. Just remember to be portion-wise, read the labels of your snacks and most importantly enjoy the food you eat. Your key worker will be in touch shortly. Thank you.